I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
And welcome to the show. Now, normally I'd say keep it real, but just like the election, there is a new president, and unfortunately, I am not so thrilled to say congratulations to Donald Trump. Yes, he will be officially president, and we have an official new title entitled Real As It Gets. That is the new name of this show, which will still be hosted by me and co-hosted by Fred Cilbrith. And speaking of a joke, as this country had made the election a joke, I'm an American, I am proud to be American, but having Donald Trump as the president is a joke. But yet, nonetheless, we're on the goofy train. Never mind. Anyway, I want to introduce, speaking of comedy, our guest tonight, Joe. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
Pleasure having you.
Fred, the joke's always on you. Why is purple shirt still there?
I don't know, man. I mean,
week after week. I mean, we got a new president.
I had a red shirt on.
We got a new president.
Folks, I had a red shirt on last week. Give me a break.
We got a new president. We got a new name for the show. You can get a new shirt.
I mean, maybe next week. Once Trump is in office, maybe I'll get a brand new shirt.
No, once Trump is in office, you ain't going to be able to afford a shirt. But anyway.
I mean, it's a nice shirt.
So it's his casino, but ain't nobody. But anyway, so Joe, you're a comedian. Okay, how did you get started doing comedy?
Well, I got started, I took a improv class, and I met a couple people who were doing stand-up, and started doing a couple open mics just like that. And
do you like doing comedy, or is it just something you do just...
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, I do it a couple times a week, mostly some open mics for now. I'll have a couple shows here and there for during the month.
Influence?
Biggest influence? Probably my dad. My dad was and a couple of my uncles. Actually, I had an uncle who was a comedian.
Very nice.
For like 15 years he did comedy, and I come from like a family of a lot of like smart asses. So
see, this is as real as it gets.
Yeah. So it's just that they've always kind of influenced me, and we've always kind of like bickered back and forth and fed off of each other.
So what do you joke about? What is your jokes about? Are they about, I don't know, animals, or are they about, I don't know?
Mostly I make fun of myself. Like a lot of like situations that happen to me, like that would be, some people would handle it difficultly. I try to make it funny. You know?
So life experiences?
Mostly, yeah.
And, I would say if you can't laugh at yourself, then what's the point? Because ain't none of us perfect.
Nope.
And just us as a person alone do a lot of funny things that we don't think about. I make jokes about my disability because it's a fact. I have a disability, and some things I can't do, and it's just a fact. Sometimes the disability works for me, sometimes it don't. And sometimes I just make a joke out of it.
I mean, I've fallen more than
Humpty Dumpty that
fell off the wall. But
if he fell as much as you, he'd be scrambled.
No, he'd be cracked, then scrambled.
He was cracked. Look at your storybook. But
can't get the story right, folks.
Exactly, but I mean, but that's the thing, though. I mean, and you gotta get a laugh out of life's too short.
Yeah.
You only live once, so yes, it's not always easy to laugh, and we all go through a bunch of bad times. But you gotta find some humor. I always say for every bad situation, you gotta find some humor in the bad situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what helps you get through it and wake up the next day, right?
Rather that's a breakup with a girl, rather that's bad time with your parents, rather that's bad time with friends. You got to find some humor in the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
At least that's my thing that I look at it. So, is there any comedians that you actually like or admire?
Yeah. Big fan of George Carlin. Bill Burr is probably one of my biggest, one of my favorite comedians right now. And I mean, obviously you got the Louis C.K., you got Louis Black. Yeah, I watch a lot of different comedy and different types of comics just to to stay, to be influenced by more than just one comic.
My two biggest comedians have always been, there's three actually. There's Jim Carrey,
It's one,
Robin Williams,
two,
and Adam Sandler.
and you forgot the fourth one.
What's that?
You. I mean, come on, it's a comedian. You got the purple shirt every week. You do this thing to make us laugh. But no, I mean, so you do stand up comedy. Do you do anything else besides comedy? Like you do anything else that relates to comedy, or just you don't do acting?
I have done some improv, and that's a fun alley to go down.
What's it like going on stage?
Yes. What is it like going on
That's gotta
stage in front
take
of a
a
bunch
lot
of
of
people
guts,
or
man,
5
just
people?
to go.
Yeah. No, I've done it in front of 2 people and 200 people. So like it's definitely a lot easier to do it in front of 200 people because you got you're feeding the energy off the crowd, and in 2 people in front of 2 people you kind of have to make the energy happen. You have to make the joke happen.
I never thought of that. I was like, well, 2 people, it got to be more easier because there's only 2 people here. Right?
Yeah, right.
But you got a point because if you really think about that, you got 500 people, so you can feed off the crowd. Well, they're feeling what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. They're not feeling what I'm saying. 2 people is like, I got to make 2 people laugh.
Yeah.
What was the biggest audience you ever performed for?
It was probably about 200 people. It was about 2 months ago actually. So it was
Very nice.
at a brewery in Branford. Yep.
Yeah. So do you move around the state of Connecticut a lot doing comedy, or do you just?
Yeah, mostly in Connecticut. I have gone to New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, but mostly right now it's Connecticut.
So you never did any comedy like when you were in high school, none of that?
I did a talent show my senior year, and I did stand-up comedy, and that's when I kind of was like, maybe I have something here, and then I kind of just didn't do it for a while, for like a couple years while I was in college, and then just figured what the hell,
Yeah. So as you go on, like, with anything you do, especially in the entertainment field, you always want to learn new material, and you want to try to, like we were saying earlier, when you idolize other comedians or actors, you don't try to become them, but you try to pick up a rhythm of how to do this. Do you ever try to pick up new material? Because you can only do but so many material before people are like, okay, this is getting boring. How do you keep getting new material?
You just got to keep writing. I try to write at least once a week. I'll dedicate just a whole day to writing.
Have you ever written something and like, that's good, I got to use that in my next show?
Oh yeah, and then I say it, and then it's not good. that happens a lot, but that's what the whole just trial and error thing. You gotta you think it might work, and then you record it, you listen to it, and you're like, oh, what didn't work there? And then you rewrite it, and you figure it out.
I mean, for me, it's like like you said, I want to try to get something funny, so it's like, okay, this works, this doesn't work. And sometimes you'll do a joke, it sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
And you get on stage, oh, that totally busts.
Yeah.
It sounded better in my head than it did on.
Yeah,
Have you ever gotten on stage and been like heckled?
Yeah.
To a point where you could possibly get thrown off stage?
No, there was. I've gotten heckled. I don't know how many times, but there was one time. It was like one of the first times I did it, and I kind of just ignored the guy. And then one of my friends actually just kind of told him to get lost. So, but you just kind of, if you keep going through your material, and if they're like a drunk person and they're just not paying attention to you or whatever, they're just yelling at you. If you just keep doing your material and powering through it, they usually just stop. So,
have you ever made any money off your comedy? You doing your comedy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not a lot to claim taxes on it for, but I have, yeah.
It is tax season. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what's the funniest joke you ever, or the funniest topic you ever made jokes about? Was it elections, like Trump?
You just keep going on about Trump.
Of course, I can't let that. The fact that he's president is funny alone. Anyway.
You just keep going. You can be your own comedian.
Don't worry, he'll get me in January. But but yeah, like what's some of the funniest topics that your audience seems to enjoy?
Most of my jokes are about myself, so and like mostly self-deprecating. I did write one joke about dropping out of college, and that seems to be getting a lot of good feedback from the audiences that I've been with.
Drop out of college?
Huh?
Why a lot of people want to drop out of college because of it?
Oh no, I just
I heard the joke.
Yeah.
I have to drop out of college.
Is that why you didn't go back for it? But I mean, I don't know. For me, even with the show, I try to come up with new material. I try to have new things to talk about every week, and it's not always easy. And I know certainly for you, it's not always easy, and especially like when you're on stage by yourself, carrying the stage. The spotlight's on you. It's kind of harder to keep it going. So, are you ever do you ever do a duet comedy, or is it always just you by yourself?
well, no, I've never done like two people on stage before, and but no, it's usually just me. Yep.
And then do you feel like more pressure like when it's on you like this?
Well, I feel like when the 5 minutes leading up to it, I get like little butterflies. But once I'm up there and I say my first joke, if it goes well, I get a little bit more comfortable and then start saying the rest of my jokes.
Exactly. I think that's true. It becomes easier as you do it, but more importantly, like once you're on, like we are tonight, it becomes natural, like natural conversation or anything.
Well, it's
else.
also easier when you can have the gift of gab, like you.
Well, it's also easier when you got a co-host that actually talks.
Well, I tried, folks. I tried for about 2.5 years. But
Exactly. It took some years, but we got you to talk. And that wasn't a joke. That was a fact. But I mean, you have to be comfortable. I always say on that main stage or in the light.
Yeah.
Is there any time like where you're like, I just can't do it today?
Yeah. I mean, you always have your days where you're on, you're feeling it, and then you don't want to do it.
Then there's some days that you're kind of dragging it. You're trying to make it through the show.
is there days where you just like you call up the promoter if you can? I don't want to do the show today. I'm not feeling it.
I try not to do that. I actually
making money.
I had a
Obviously, but
I had a show not too long ago where I scratched my cornea, and that's actually why I'm wearing my glasses now. I usually wear contacts, and my eye was just pulsing red, and it hurt really bad. But I still did the show, and at the end, people came up to me. They're like, what happened to your eye? And like, it looked like I had like AIDS in my eye. It did not. Yeah, it looked very, very bad. It was not appealing. So people noticed right away, and they kind of like admired me for it. They were like, "Yeah, good for you. You got to keep doing that." So it's show business, right?
I mean,
anything can happen in show business.
Oh, yeah. More importantly,
Especially when you're on live TV.
I was about to say that anything happens, especially when you're live. Rather you're live on stage, you're live like we are tonight. Anything and everything can happen. Speaking of anything and everything, this is the live call-in show, and you can call in on the number that you see on your screen, and you can ask questions to me, the host. You can ask questions to Joe, the comedian, or to the guy in the purple shirt. And
Fred is his name.
If Fred's friend Dan's watching this, wait, we got a phone.
We got a phone call.
Answer the phone.
Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, hi there. I have a question. Last week you had that gorgeous T-Quest on the show. How come she's not back? What are you doing with this large guy in the plaid shirt?
Well, he took Fred's idea with the plaid shirt, but...
Well, we kind of swapped ideas. I wore the purple shirt this week. He wore the plaid shirt.
No. I mean, you guys with the shirts got to go away. You got to bring back T-Quest. This show needs more sexy women.
I agree, but see, he did the booking, so what?
Well, I'll make sure I tell her that when we go off the air.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, the guy with the plaid shirt, he's amusing. He doesn't do anything. We
I think you're going for a run for your money, Joe.
I think so.
Actually,
Are you aware that it's 7:30, right?
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
It's public access. So nobody's watching. It's okay.
That's messed up, but it's live.
No, I just wanted to say that I've had the pleasure of working with Joe Reddington. He's a great comedian and a wonderful person, and I'm glad to see him on the air, and I'm glad that you're giving him the exposure he deserves.
Almost definitely, and that's the idea. We want to give any local talent a chance, to get themselves out there.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because just like me and Fred here, we're all local talent, and we're all trying to reach the next level.
Hey, we try.
Keep doing a good job, but just don't get political, because otherwise President Trump's going to haul you guys away.
I'm pretty sure he would. He put us in handcuffs and just make us walk out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. All right, I'll let you guys get back to the show, but it's good to see Joe on the air, and it's good to see you two guys Wednesday night.
And thank you.
All right, thank you for calling in.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, well, thank you for calling in, And Fred, now back to you.
What? With the
If
purple
Dan
shirt?
if he's watching the show, we didn't answer the question last week about I didn't get to the question yet. Answer the phone, bro. We getting calls tonight.
Jeez.
Answer the phone. Don't be scared. This is live.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Fred, you telling jokes?
Am I telling jokes?
Yes.
I'm trying.
Who's this?
Who's this?
This is Frank.
Frank.
He's at a standstill.
Joke.
Frank. It's Frank.
It's not the hot dog.
It once was a hot dog.
Jokes myself, but I can juggle if you want a juggler on the show.
I mean, if you want to come on the show, you can juggle.
He can juggle some balls.
Huh?
Anything, I juggle anything. I juggle cats, I juggle knives, I throw some firebombs in the air.
You should get a clown in here. We could have a circus, Dave.
I'm with the fire. That brings me.
I mean, we could have a circus.
No,
we could have tigers. We could have that kind
We're
of
talking about the fire
the pyro.
and the bonfire.
The bonfire is the pyro.
That's all you.
Do you juggle pizzas?
No, I eat pizza.
He eat the pizza. He has to juggle pizza.
Well, then I was gonna have him come over. So.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
juggle
Pizza.
And every time one goes missing.
Yeah.
Down to pizza. I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll bring them down right now.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Well, thank you for calling.
Apparently, we got a
Frank?
pizza order, Dave.
So now, Frank, we didn't answer the question last week. What's with the bonfire?
I don't know, man.
What do you accomplish at the bonfire?
You sit around the bonfire and you look at the fire. What's the point?
And what happens? What comes out of that?
Socialization.
Usually beers are being drank around the bonfire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Usually bear. Is there a lot of bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of bear. Does anybody accomplish anything at the end of the day? No.
Well, I mean,
Rebecca, there goes the answer to the bonfire. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing besides alcohol. That's
right.
it.
Usually people would say that getting drunk is an accomplishment
Of what?
of getting drunk, drinking the beers, right? Because that is why you drink the beers, to get drunk.
Speaking of saying hi, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. That's about it.
Fred, what about you?
I want to give a shout out to my mother. Her birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, make sure you have fun and, live a life and be a free spirit. I just want to say, I guess hi to, of course, Rebecca. How you doing?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, you forgetting somebody?
Yeah,
You suck as a boyfriend.
I know. I know.
You do. Hey, you heard that. He know he sucks.
But
I hope she calls in live to tell you a little something. on live TV at the number of 203-345.
Did she get?
He's gonna put it out there.
0103. So I got some waiver.
Did she get jealous of T-Quest last week?
Yeah, did she?
I don't know.
You know, she didn't get jealous of T-Quest. Did you tell her about y'all took a picture together after the show? Oh, I got to talk to her after the show. And I got to call you after the show. You got to know what happened last week after the show went off there. Rebecca can care less about what happened after the show went off last week, as long as I showed her hope. She ain't the jealous stuff, but Hannah, I'm going to have to call Hannah myself. Look, he's scared now, Hannah. Look at it. Joke's on him.
Joke's on me, apparently.
But, getting back to Joe here, so what, we're doing all this stand-up comedy, where do you see it going for you as you go towards the future? And as we go towards 2017, actually?
I hope to do it in some form for the rest of my life. I guess that would be the goal. Next year, I have a couple goals of like trying to get into different clubs and different venues and stuff. But and also just keep improving, keep getting more material. I don't know where I see like the end goal being, but I'm just trying to have fun with it. See how far I can take it. Yeah.
If you don't have fun with what you do, do you have to ask yourself, why do you do it?
Yeah.
For me, I'm, been focusing on self. I'm trying to get myself back on track kind of thing, I guess, in a way. And, I do this, and I do hip-hop music. And Paul, if you're watching the show, I miss you guys. Stephanie and all you guys. And I look forward to coming back soon when it comes to doing music. But, I had to focus on self. Had a lot of stuff going on, had to fix home. But overall, my goal is I love doing this. I love doing the whole entertainment thing. I couldn't ask to do anything else. I love my job that I have, my 9 to 5. I've been doing that since I was 18, and being 29, going on 30. But with 2017 getting ready to roll in, and of course, like I said, new president rolling in. I want to really, like you said, take off with what I do and take off with the comedy and the music kind of thing, So it's like, I have been blessed in so many ways, and those people who stuck by me this year, I couldn't be more happy. So just like you, my goal is, I don't know where it's gonna go, but my goal is to just keep pushing forward, really.
That's it. Just keep getting better at it, and that's really all I want to do. Yeah,
and take it day by day, and those people that don't have confidence in me and don't stress about them, don't worry about them, and those who do, then hey, listen, I always say at the end of the day, I do this for the people who do support me, and of course, the disability community, but I mostly do it for, when it comes to friends and family, I do it for those who believe in me and have confidence in me and deal with me day to day. And let me tell you something, folks, as real as it gets, to deal with me day to day, it takes a blessing and a miracle. And all those who have dealt with me, they are the most awesome people in the world.
Yeah. No, you just gotta keep open
mind.
Keep an open mind and keep it focused on your goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, and that's the thing. That's the thing. It's kind of funny. Sometimes in life we lose focus.
Hold on.
We lose focus. We get, concentrate on something else instead of worrying about ourselves. Right. Or sometimes we set the goal for ourselves and we start on that path, but somewhere along the line, something happens and it takes a U-turn somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stay on that straight path.
Yeah, I always keep trying to prove to myself that I can be better. Like I've always was kind of a person who would just be like, oh, you can't do that, and it's like, well, why not? Why can't I do that? Just keep.
You want to push the boundaries, break.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Of course, that's why we do. That's how we started doing this, to prove to the world that it doesn't matter. You have a disability. Nothing can stop you if you really, really want to do something. You want to accomplish something. But we're human like everybody else. Sometimes there are things that does stop us, and it just bottom line. It doesn't stop us mentally. I mean, it don't stop us physically, but it stops us mentally because we forget about why we started doing what we do.
Right.
And you have that in any entertainment aspect to tell you lose focus on why they do what they do. They go from being a person who cares to a person who's all about the money. It's not about entertainment no more. It's about, how much I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. You
7 figures, okay.
Yeah. Can't forget about why you started it to begin with. Yeah.
Exactly. But Freddie, you want to do the announcements or should I?
I mean, I could do them.
Yeah, why not?
You've been talking for a whole half hour. I could do
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean,
I mean, we're going back and forth.
Well, we'll get to the announcements.
But you can check out our Facebook page, Keeping It Real TV, Twitter page at 13 Keeping It Real. We also have a Snapchat at KIR Close. And yeah, I think that, we got the YouTube channel too. That you can watch this episode and every other episode we have on the show.
And we also want to announce, what they got this legalization of marijuana.
I mean, apparently they do. I don't know.
Apparently you don't know. You sit by a bonfire. If anybody,
I mean, I'm not doing that. Nobody said I was doing that. Nobody said what?
We're gonna have to touch on that. We're gonna make sure we touch on that as we come into next week's show. I mean, so you're doing that. We just had a discussion.
You're just touching. You're not gonna do more than.
Well, I was gonna do a full investigation, but we don't have a whole night to do a whole investigation. We already admit that at the bonfire nothing is achieved. But you can be looking, he got his head down, so nothing was achieved. Nothing was achieved at all. But you said the alcohol, so I'm sure there's some marijuana over there. But I'm sure they're trying to hide from the law. Like, fire.
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
I don't think he wants to talk about it. We'll talk about it next week now. But the night's almost over. Unfortunately, Donald Trump's election is beginning. And I'm not going to let it go because the guy with the toupee that had a taco bowl in his hand who was making fun of a Mexican holiday now the leader of this country. Anybody who wants to say anything about anyone or about the election.
I mean, why don't we start out with you?
No, we start with you guys because I'm the host of the show. I run my mouth most of the night. So the last word you want to say before we do go
it's going to be very, very interesting to see what the country is going to be like. When he's president. But that's what I think.
You can't wait, can you?
No, I can wait.
Ain't got much
we can all wait.
Oh, as soon as Jingle Bells is over. We're going to find out today. You're going to learn today.
All right.
Oh, no, oh, God. Oh, God, no. Joe, anything you want to say?
That's my view on politics right now. That's all I got.
How about marijuana? He got two thumbs up. We got to talk about that next week. I just want to say thank you for sticking with us. Continue to tune in every week, and I love all you guys as always. And we'll continue to bring the show. I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
And I'm Joe Reddington.
And, it's time for us to get out of here because I got to get home and find some marijuana. I mean, I got to get out of here. I got to get home. I got to eat. Freddie's got to go find Hannah so he can get chewed out, and Joe's got to go do some stand-up. So we're going to get out of here. And ain't nothing left to say, guys, besides just be safe.
And have a great week.
No, be careful.
And
have a good night.
Keep it real.
Yes.
On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and